Hey everyone, this is Sunbro, and it's update time. This is the update that was on February 5th for the Scholar of the First Sin, and it's just for Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. And this is version 1.10, calibration 1.13, just to be specific. Um, and I want to start this off for anyone wondering if lightning miracles got fixed. They didn't. So, oh well. I tested it the moment it came out. So I'll just start reading pretty much. There is a lot of changes. Most of them are good. Pretty much all of them are good, but anyway. Added a new character, the Scholar of the First Sin, which I have a video of if you want to know what he's all about. I'll put a link to it in the description. Added additional item text descriptions. Choosing to enter the Covenant of Champions will allow enemies to continue to respawn after being defeated. Choosing to enter the Covenant of Champions will now cause enemies to inflict more damage to the player. Players will gain access to a new item, the Agape Ring. When players equip the new Agape Ring, souls collected from kills during online play will be absorbed by the ring rather than the player. This allows players to control their online matchmaking experience by limiting their total souls collected. So, this will absorb the souls and not increase your soul memory, and you will not collect them. So, if you want to stay at a very particular soul memory to only fight certain people, uh, wear that ring. So, anyway, increased effect of rusted coins. So when you use it, you'll have a even higher chance to get rare drops. Awe stones now dropped more often, and that is an item if you're in the Covenant of Champions. The bonfire warp selection screen will now highlight the top 3 areas in which players have the best chance to connect to other players online. White phantoms will remain in other players' worlds for longer periods of time. White phantoms will no longer return to their world if time runs out during a boss battle, so you will never get sent home during a boss battle, unless you just get disconnected. Players on their first playthrough can now match with players on their second and further playthrough, so if your souls in the first game are matched up with people in their higher new games, you can still play with them. Made it easier for players to match online in general, which is amazing. Made it so invading players cannot use items which invite more enemies, which is great. So now you can't have people using those lure items to flood the area with enemies so they can beat you because they have no skill. NPC conversation text is now displayed more prominently than online notices. Players may now choose to cancel out the effect of the human effigy at bonfires. When a player cannot take part in online play due to the effect of the human effigy, made it so the player can still write signs, so you can still be summoned when you are making it so you can't get invaded. The imitation spell now affects normal enemies. The hush spell is now more effective on normal enemies. This is it, and this next one is PS3 exclusive. Load times are shortened. It's taking advantage of the PS3's greater processing power than the Xbox. Calibrations no longer saved each time before the title screen. Fixed issue causing map name listed on save data and actual map name after loading to not match. Made it possible to skip the ending sequence the second time through and beyond, so you no longer have to watch the end part over and over. Removed the blur effect used when looking through binoculars, rogue water, etc. Anything that gives you back spell recovery. Fixed issue cause. Excuse me, causing the user not to recover spell uses for spells only able to be used once. Made Old Iron King's crown effect function consistently throughout the game. Adjusted price for Crown of the Ivory King, Ivory King armor, Ivory King gauntlets, and Ivory King leggings. Fixed issue, excuse me, fixed issue whereby the sign in the Iron Keep it was not displayed as intended once players spoke to. I cannot pronounce that. Lucatiel. Okay, of Marat and Harvest Valley. And sorry, I'm getting caught up in my words. Thirsty. Corrected issue whereby users could not use bonfire ascetics at Undead Crypt entrance bonfire. Oh, I've never tried that. Adjusted timing for Lycia of Lindal to become the player's enemy. Adjusted conditions for lighting Majula map from Defeat Nishandra to Defeat Throne Defender and Throne Watcher. To prevent invasion after defeating area bosses made the human effigy effect function in this situation automatically. Made it possible to get the reward items after defeating area bosses, even if your inventory is full at the time. Items will drop in front of players, so you'll just have to come back for them later, or drop an item you don't want. Made it possible to get reward items after using a Crushed Eye Orb and defeating Lycia of Lindel. I don't know how you pronounce that still. Even if your inventory is full, again, the item will drop in front of you. In Black Gulch, made it possible to receive Forgotten Key after defeating a giant when the player has 99 souls of a giant. In Grand Cathedral, made it possible to still receive the item you were supposed to get when talking to Eslana Silent Oracle, even if your inventory is full. At the ending, if the player has fulfilled the conditions to receive Illusionary Ring of the Conqueror and Illusionary Ring of the Exalted, but their inventory is full, made it possible to receive the rings properly. Players will receive the rings as soon as space is opened in their inventory. When laying down messages during online mode, all of the available prefixes are now written entirely in lowercase. And now for adjustments to rewards in online play. In normal online play, host vanquishes Invading Dark Phantom or Arbiter Spirit, they get a human effigy. Host vanquishes a Dark Phantom summoned through Red Sign, you get a human effigy. Host vanquishes Invading Grey Spirit, you get one of the following rewards: a Titanite Chunk, Titanite Slab, Twinkling Titanite, or a Petrified Dragonbone. And Vanquish Host, you invade when you're in the Rat King area. You can get a Smooth and Silky Stone in addition to a Pharos Lockstone. For the Blue Sentinels Covenant, vanquishing a Dark Phantom when summoned to help by way of blue, or by a way of blue host, it increases your devotion by 1. In the Rat King Covenant, vanquish client summoned to Rat King area, and it again just adds a Smooth and Silky Stone in addition to Pharos Lockstone. For Bell Covenant, vanquish host when invading, and this is the same basically. It's just giving specific, I guess. Titanite Chunk, Titanite Slab, Twinkling Titanite, or Petrified Dragonbone. For Pilgrims of Dark, host vanquishes Abyss Spirit. And oh no, the screen went dark. Vanquishes Abyss Spirit in Chasm of Old. It added a human effigy to Bonfire Ascetics, so you get both. And for the Covenant of Blood, when vanquishing a Blue Sentinel summoned to help, your devotion gets upped by 2. And that is it. It doesn't give a specific calibration for this one, but it's just included, I guess. So regretfully, no lightning being fixed. Maybe, maybe someday, but not right now. So still stick with just melee or intelligence and such. So, anyway, that's it for this. I hope this information helped you.